Hi, my name is Jaxson Kurth, and I will be doing a presentation over Thomas Charles Kurth. After growing up during the economic depression of World War II and recently having a spouse pass away, Tom Kurth has stayed strong through these trying events and is still very active today. Tom Charles Kurth began his life on November 27, 1941 at Sacred Heart Hospital in Lamars, Iowa. We usually just call him Tom for short. My middle name is Thomas in honor of my grandfather. I share this middle name with my dad and several other cousins. Tom's family owned and operated a dry cleaning store. Tom's father also made suits, pants, and worked at a repair store. Tom's mother stayed at home and worked on clothes. When Tom was young, he would like to play outside with the neighborhood kids. They would play classic games like kick the can and hide and go seek. When he wasn't playing with friends, or his brothers, he would be doing his chores as mowing the lawn, shoveling snow off the sidewalks, and other household chores. In the 40s and 50s, the economic times were hard around the area. Everyone was poor due to the depression after the war. Birthdays were celebrated by making and eating a cake with the family. There weren't many birthday gifts. Tom didn't need much more than his family and friends. Tom's favorite holidays are Christmas, Easter, and Thanksgiving. During all three of these holidays, we gather together as a family and celebrate it at Tom's house in Lamars, Iowa. Tom has four children that live in Illinois, Nebraska, and Iowa. They all come back to Lamars, Iowa to celebrate these three holidays and other events. Tom's favorite toy is an electric train. He has a room in his house with a piano, and behind the piano, he has a lot of trains that are in boxes on the wall. We give him little train ornaments every year for his birthday. In Lamar's, there's a railroad that goes through town several times per day. Whenever I'm visiting his house, I hear a train whistle. You may not be able to see the train, but you can sure hear it. Tom still is living in Lamar's today on an acreage. Tom doesn't have many pets because animals can be expensive. All meals are special to Tom. Growing up during tough economic times, having a large meal was amazing. Tom started going to school at age 6 and attended Franklin Elementary. Since he lived a block away from the elementary school, he would always walk to school. He attended Galen Catholic for middle school and high school. Since Tom liked the subjects of science and math, he also played football, basketball, track, and baseball. During one of Tom's football games, he was playing and was hit and lost two of his teeth. He still has a fake tooth today. Tom remembers school actually being joyful. Even though school was more disciplined than today, graduation was memorable because that day he went home and had cake and ice cream. Tom was voted most likely to become a priest by his classmates. Thankfully, he did not become a priest, because if he was one, I wouldn't be here today. Tom was an average teenager and would go to classmates' houses to hang out and make stuff. Rock and roll was the new trending thing back then. Tom went to college and became a high school teacher in math and earth science. One of his favorite responses to students asking what type of rock is this during a rock lab is that rock is a leverite. Leave it right where you found it. He taught for 32 years at Lamar's community schools. Tom did construction work during the summer and at nights after teaching school to earn extra income. The construction work included building multiple houses that were big and small. Tom built my house in Rock Rapids. Tom still owns a little workshop by the railroad tracks and still performs construction jobs. Tom Kurth got married to Kay Kurth on June 6, 1964 and lived in Lamars, Iowa. They spent their honeymoon on a weekend at the Iowa Great Lakes. They enjoy spending Christmas, birthdays, and holidays with family and cooking a good meal. Tom bought their first house in 1967 for $9,600. Tom's first car was a 1958 Ford that cost a total of $1,200. Tom grew up during tough economic times, the assassination of JFK, space program, having a man walk on the moon, and 9/11. The Plymouth County Fair happens every year in Lamars, which is the county seat. It is a big fair and was fun to attend as a child for Tom. The fair is still fun to attend today. Tom and his wife, Kay, always enjoy going to the fair, meeting people, and eating fair food. The Plymouth County Fair is much larger than the Lyon County Fair. I go to the Plymouth County Fair every year with my family, and we find the picnic table with Tom and Kay Kurth engraved on it. Sadly, after a 2-year fight of cancer, Kay, his wife, died this past January. She is now in heaven where one day Tom will see her again. Tom has affected a lot of people positively through teaching and building homes. He learned to cherish his family and friends since growing up poor. Getting a new car had been a wonderful feeling for Tom. Even though he didn't have many material possessions growing up, he was very rich with time spent with family and still is today.